This is your window into the Rider world. The Rider News and 1077 The Bronx present the Rider News Roundup, the podcast. Our hosts Caroline Haviland, Grace Bertrand, and Ben Shinault are standing by and ready to give you insight on the stories and important events you need to know about. This is the Rider News Roundup, the podcast.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 5 of the Rider News Roundup podcast. We got our usual host here today. My name is Ben Shinault, one of the sports editors of the Rider News, and I'm joined alongside
Grace Bertrand, the executive editor,
and Caroline Haviland, the managing editor.
We got a stacked up episode for you guys this evening. Let's not waste any more time. Let's hop right into this puppy.
Yes, so we have a lot going on in news. First up, Rider President John Loyack just announced the creation of a Presidential Hope Fund on October 29th, a new initiative that is intended to aid students experiencing unforeseen financial or family hardships. With a 3-year goal of $1 million, the fund surpassed that target in less than a week when it was introduced to university leaders and the Board of Trustees a week ahead of the rest of the Rider community. The fund currently sits at $1.2 million, and President Loyack himself personally pledged $150,000 over the next 3 years. He said that he relates to students' financial struggles on a personal level from his own experience funding his own college education. Toward the end of 2025, the university will have an idea of how many students this fund will benefit. Now, even though we're all seniors here and we won't be able to experience this fund for ourselves, this could be very helpful for any of our younger peers and incoming Rider students. So what do we think of President Loyack's new fund designated for helping students financially?
I think it's awesome, right? $150,000, that's a big ticket right there. So, it goes to show about how much he is, investing himself into this university, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of an investment on himself. He's investing $150,000 to ensure that Rider will be functioning pretty well for years to come. So I applaud President Loyack for that, for sure.
I totally agree. I think it says a lot about him as well. When I had interviewed him for this story, he said that he brought this initiative to his two past universities, King's College and Alvernia University, and he said it was very successful. They helped a lot of students. So it says that, this could be a really good thing in the future for Rider. But yeah, I when I interviewed him, I was like, is this common for a president to do something like this? Like to take money out of your own pocket? And he was like, I don't know, but it's just what I want to do. So I applaud President Loyack for that.
Yeah, very, very powerful thing to do.
Yeah.
Well, you can read more on the new initiative in Caroline's story on the ridernews.com. Now, in other news, no faculty layoffs were announced on October 31st, which is the typical deadline for when layoffs can occur for the next incoming academic year. Instead, President Loyack announced multiple other initiatives to strengthen the university's support for students in a November 4th university-wide email. In addition to the Presidential Hope Fund, an expansion of Rider's admission staff to more geographical regions and a newly appointed retention task force was announced and launched with the hopes of boosting spring enrollment. An integration of the Counseling Center and Health Center into a comprehensive wellness center in the Vona Center was also listed, along with a chaplaincy program and an interfaith advisory council to help students connect with their spirituality. Most notably, a March to Sustainability plan was presented, and without naming any public details. Now, the March to Sustainability is an outline with the hopes of improving Rider's financial stability and growing the university's finances. Vice President of External Affairs, Christine Brown, did not respond to multiple requests for comment or provide the Rider News with what this outline may look like. President Loyack also declined to elaborate on the new plan announced in his October 31st university-wide email, saying that there was nothing further to add beyond the communication. He did, however, announce that he invited the leadership of the AAUP and the American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees to further discuss the options available, which is a shift that we haven't seen yet from his recent lack of transparency this past semester. You can check out the story by Cal Sutton and Caroline that they both wrote for the ridernews.com. And finally in news, 2 of the university's leaders are set to leave Rider in November. Vice President of External Affairs Christine Brown, and Vice President of University Operations Mike Recca. On October 21st, Brown submitted her resignation from the university a day before Recca submitted his retirement notification on October 22nd. Coming to Rider in 2013, Brown is saying goodbye to more than a decade worth of experiences, colleagues, and positions. And coming to Rider in 1990 as manager of resident services and facilities, Recca said it felt like now was the right time for him to leave, noting that working at Rider had also been the most rewarding yet challenging thing for him. This is not the first time a Rider has had to fill in a leadership role this semester. In September, the university temporarily appointed Thomas Papa as interim vice president for finance and chief administrative officer, following former chief financial officer Jim Hartman's abrupt departure. Now, it was great getting to speak to both Brown and Recca one last time over the phone for both of these interviews. I know Caroline and I have worked with Christine Brown many times before for stories, and she's always been the one to reach out to when we wanted to get in contact with other university leaders. So she will definitely be missed by the Rider News, let me just say that. But what do you guys think of all these leadership changes happening to the university?
I think it's a sign that a lot of change is to come. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes, honestly. As we've talked about, lack of transparency really hasn't been there this semester. But maybe they know stuff that we don't, and they're like, maybe this is the right time to get out of Rider. Whether that's for good or for bad, I just think it shows that there's more going on than we really don't know.
Yeah, even in the athletic side, there's been a lot of abrupt departures. Field hockey coach left before the season. Coach Davis of the baseball team left. Coach Milligan, she was laid off or let go, but who knows? Maybe she saw something and she didn't like and she left too. So the fact that 3 head coaches in the past year or two all left, that's it's a little suspicious, right? But also off Caroline, it means things are changing, right? We won't live to tell the tale because we are seniors, but I have my little sister here, so maybe she can keep me in the loop. So we'll see what happens to Rider. I hope for the best.
And she can also maybe use the Presidential Hope Fund.
Yeah,
I forgot about that. You do have. There you go. It's definitely a time of change right now, like you said, either for better or for worse. So we will see. You can read more of my story on Brown and Recca's leave from Rider on theridernews.com. And that's all I have for news this week.
Thank you, Grace. And we're going to head over to features and entertainment. And it's the first week of November. So that means it's time to read our November horoscopes. We have 2 Libras and 2 Pisces in the studio today. So we're going to collectively read and reflect on what the upcoming month has in store for us. Yanwell, you can make your introduction now. Say hello to everybody. Hello, this is Yanwell. He was here 2 episodes ago. All right, me and Ben are Libras. So Ben, I'm going to read our horoscope. Are you ready?
Yes.
I think did you already read yours yet?
I did.
Oh, okay. Well, act surprised.
But I haven't analyzed it yet.
Okay. Oh, perfect.
Yes.
Neither really have I. Okay. You will feel like you are under pressure as you work towards the things you want this month, Libra. It is okay to feel you deserve more and being perceived as selfish this month. It is time to explore your own sense of self-worth. I think when Libby read this, she was not happy with what she saw.
Was like, I don't want to be considered selfish.
Libby doesn't sound like that. But I don't know how I feel about this. I remember we asked Zai about all these. And he's like, it's just a bad month for everybody. He had nothing good to say about any of the horoscopes he wrote.
Wait, I liked mine. What?
Oh, really? That's good. maybe he wasn't talking about Pisces. I don't like the notion of being perceived as selfish. I do like the idea of exploring your own self-worth and understanding that, but I don't want to be considered selfish. I don't know. What do you think?
I agree. Yeah. I mean, I also want to, I think there's a difference between being selfish and putting yourself first.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, coming up, Rider News coming to a close and, starting up this month is, basketball broadcasting, right? So that's definitely puts a lot of pressure on me, right? So maybe that's where the stars are talking to me, right? The stars are connecting, if you will. I feel like, like I said before, I'm going to put myself first. I'm going to put myself in situations where I'm a little, more, at ease. So, yeah, I'll see how it plays out.
Nice. All right, Pisces, are you ready?
I'm so ready.
Okay. Wonderful. You will feel called to love and self-indulgence this month, Pisces. The past comes to force you to deal with denied emotions as slight hiccups wear at your patience.
Do you want to go first, Manuel?
I can go first.
Go ahead.
So Marissa did tell me mine last night, and I did react to it, but I was thinking about it a little more afterwards as well. So it says, you will feel called to love and self-indulgence. Now, we all know I'm like one of the most loving people here at the Rider.
Right.
We can all attest to that.
Yeah.
So I think I do feel even more full of love this month. I don't know, something's in the air. Now, the second part of this, I'm not really sure how to feel about that. Comes to force you to deal with denied emotions. Yikes. Now, it is Thanksgiving.
What?
Thanksgiving month.
What
Sorry.
does that have to do?
I will be going home this month. So
right.
hopefully that turns out well. Grace, how do you feel?
I love this. One thing about me is I love self-growth. And to me, this just tells me that I'm going to grow a lot this month. Like, I'm going to have to deal with some emotions, and I might as well deal with them now than later down the line when I'm older.
Yep.
And they're just, bottled up. And I do think, we need a little self-love, self-indulgence this month. You know what I mean? Like, this can kind of be perceived a little similar to your guys' horoscopes. Like, I think this is just a month of placing yourself first and knowing where your priorities are. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Period.
And if people from the outside perceive you as selfish, who cares not them?
What ifs?
You have to
What
do
ifs?
you.
What
Yeah.
ifs?
Quoted by Ben,
Grace
what
and
else?
I think we viewed ours a little differently.
Yeah.
We viewed it quite positively.
I just think, growth. Let me tell you guys something. Diamonds are made by being refined by fire. So if you want to be a diamond,
pressure.
you're gonna need some pressure.
There it is.
Yeah. Well, they're refined by fire, which is the pressure.
Right.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm a journalist.
That was
So am I.
I'm not a.
Sorry, I'm not a journalist anymore.
According to Ben. You could check out your horoscope written by Diane Bell at theridernews.com, and our design manager Gail Demorowski made a beautiful layout for the horoscope, so go check it out. And well, if you could scroll, please, sir.
Right. Scroll.
Right.
Scroll.
Right. To celebrate Halloween this year, the staff at the Rider News dressed up as the Muppets. We did a group costume, guys, and we absolutely crushed it.
We
I think, yeah, okay. Everyone dissect for a second.
Okay.
Tell me what you think. Tell me what you thought, and then I'll go.
I loved this. I don't even remember whose idea this was, but it was just so. I'm so glad we were able to pull it off. Like, everybody just did so great. Yanuel came in. You will see on the spread, but came in fully dressed, like fully covered in green, and we were gagged, to say the least. And Caroline and I were Statler and Waldorf, and we put some effort in.
We did.
We got wigs.
You guys are great.
I couldn't breathe for the whole thing because my mustache was just covering.
It was crazy.
Caroline's eyebrows almost came off when we took off the
that was
unibrow.
insane. I was so
It was really
scared.
scary. So we kind of risked our lives, I guess you could say,
For the Rider News.
for the Muppets. Yeah.
Better good.
So
Yeah.
and Ben was Kermit.
Yep.
Okay.
You didn't even do that voice the whole night.
Yeah,
Where was
we-
that?
Yeah,
should've.
I
You
think
did
that.
it at all.
I think
Yeah.
that'd be irritating if I did it.
I would
That
have
way.
loved it.
Okay.
What was you were Dr. Bunsen?
Yeah,
Right?
I was Bunsen.
The-
Gail was Beaker.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like
Galen.
Dan Wells should have been Kermit because he was
I
green.
should have.
I could have
Oh, I
sworn.
don't
You
know.
need to be committed to it.
Yeah.
You can't
Yeah, I
be
mean,
Ben
committed
pulled
to
up in a
committed.
green crew neck, but you did cut out the thing.
I made, yeah, I did
Yeah,
little
so that
arts
was
and
nice.
crafts. I
Yeah.
colored.
But, you know.
So-
Yeah. I will say my favorite thing was that everybody was like their own little duos. Like
Yeah.
Ben and Sam were Miss Piggy and Kermit,
Mhm.
and then we were Sally Waldorf, and Yanuel and Gail were Bunsen and Beaker. It was just really, really nice to have all
Yes.
the little duos. And then Cal and Zai, they were Animal and what's the
Janice. They're just like the
Janice.
band people.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
band people. They killed it as well.
Mhm.
Everyone did so good.
So good. It made me so happy to see everybody take it so seriously. Even though the Muppets aren't a serious thing as well.
What are you talking about? The
Right.
Muppets are so
So
serious.
serious. So serious.
And I have to add, like, go check out Gail's layout because we're all like on this like stage and we all
Mhm.
have like
She did such a good
ropes.
job.
Yeah,
Very
like
good.
pulling us like the Muppets do.
And we make
So-
such good content for that too.
Yes,
Like, you
also
have to
go
social
check out our
media.
social media because we did a lot of stuff
Mhm.
on for Halloween.
Journey was late to class, so we could get all that
Our
content
social media
done.
editor.
Yes.
One of our social media. So
Should have prefaced.
all in all, I don't know how next year's staff is gonna top what we did. And
That's not our problem.
we raised the bar really high for you.
Yeah.
So sorry.
I think one of the former features entertainment editors commented on our Instagram post and was like, why didn't we do this when I was there? I was like, guys, like, sorry, we're just that good.
sorry,
this
sorry,
staff-
we're just cooler.
We're just
kidding.
cooler. No. Love you, Tristan. You can see the Rider News' Muppet costumes on our October 29th edition on the ridernews.com. Gotta go check it out, especially to see Yenwell painted green. Like, why wouldn't you want to go see that?
Exactly.
He did. I remember we walked down the hallway. I think I gasped. I was like, yeah. He's like an hour late to work.
It took like over 2 hours to do
Oh
that.
my god.
My
That's
God.
insane. You're like committed.
He
Yeah.
walked across
committed.
campus like this.
One
like,
thing about Ian Well is he is committed.
Yeah.
Exactly. I was Nosferatu for Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was your hint. That I
You
was
should put
gonna-
like photos of these things.
Alright, I wanna see that.
Yeah.
I should.
'Cause-
Yeah, have references. I got you.
Yes.
Mhm,
Thank
Yenwell
you for
also
mentioning that.
was covered like
Put
head
it on
to
the
toe
thumbnail.
in body paint. Is it body paint?
Yeah,
I
what
thi-
was
it's
it?
like actual. I think it's just like paint. I think it can be for your face or for your body.
Okay, yeah.
Bro,
But
It's
for
just-
Nosferatu, his costume for actual Halloween, he also was like
Yeah.
head to toe.
That
Yeah.
took like an hour to get off.
so what took longer? Bunsen?
Definitely Nosferatu. Because
Oh.
Nosferatu was 4 hours in total.
That you were wearing it.
No, that it took to put on.
Like, isn't that insane, bro? Isn't that insane?
And Ben comes in a crew neck.
And a backwards green.
It
Then
was
wear
an
a
Eagles.
green crew neck.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Committed, guys.
One thing about Yamel, I guess he'll take Halloween seriously.
Yeah.
Sets the bar high. All right, guys. To close out features and entertainment for this week, there is a new Halloween tradition that has come to Rider. The first candy crawl took place on October 31st, offering students 24 different places on campus to collect candy. Each location was decorated with Halloween decorations like skeletons, pumpkins, and spider webs, and offered a variety of candy options. And one of these spots was Rider President John Loyak's house. The president's colonial revival home, located across the street from Rider's campus, reminded many students of trick-or-treating, and it gave a nostalgic atmosphere to the day. Tegan Rotella, one of our features writers, wrote this piece, and she interviewed a lot of students, and they all, I think 2 of them that she interviewed said that that was their favorite spot, just because it's right across the street, and it just felt like you were a little kid again,
Mhm.
going up and trick-or-treating at somebody's house. We didn't go to that event. It was really windy outside on Halloween
was,
too.
yeah.
I just don't think I would have enjoyed walking around like that, but it seemed to be a real hit, and it seems to be like an event that will come back next year.
Yeah, I also heard that once in the story that Loyak was giving out like king size candy,
Hey,
and
better
that
be.
was
It's the
the
president.
yeah.
I don't want no little
did go
fun
to
size.
Loyak's house.
Oh, you did?
So, Mrs. Loyak, if you're watching this, I will admit I did take 2 pieces of candy.
Wow.
I know.
Uh-oh.
I was deciding which one to take, and then I was like put on the spot. I feel so. I'm like, I'm gonna take both because it was a Twix and it was Starburst, and, I was like,
And you picked
which one to
both.
choose? I didn't know which one to choose. So yeah, if you're watching this, Mrs. Loyak, I'm sorry.
They're not married yet.
It's just
They're
fiance.
engaged.
Miss Loyak, okay. well,
Future
my
Mrs.
bad.
Loyak.
Call her
Future Mrs.
Teresa.
Loyak.
And if you were saying Miss Loyak, it would have been Mrs. I'm sorry.
All right,
She would have been
Grace.
Miss Loyak.
Whoever you are, I'm sorry.
Whoever you are.
Her name's Teresa. She has a name.
Okay, Teresa Loyak, my formal
Future.
Future
Loyak.
Teresa Loyak.
I'm just gonna-
What if she doesn't want to change her name? Like last
I'm
name.
just gonna stop.
Teresa, whatever your last name is, Yanwella, sorry. She's a very nice woman.
She is.
But also never apologize for taking more.
All of that aside.
You deserve. It's one day the entire year. That's
Yeah.
all
I just
about
felt bad
candy.
because they were king size, but apparently, they might have been giving out some like gift cards as well.
Oh,
Bro, he can
dang.
afford it. You could take your 2 pieces of
What
candy.
kind of gift cards?
I don't know. Nick told me that they were giving out like
Wow.
some gift cards. I didn't snag one.
Because you already got your Twix and your
Your
I
Starburst.
was debating going back. I was debating going
For
back.
the gift
but,
card.
I'm like, I already took 2. I'm not doing too much.
Mm.
Yeah.
Ugh,
But
like,
you
that's
know
enough.
what? To Ben's point, he is the president. I'm really glad
Yeah,
he was giving
exactly.
out
Yeah, I mean-
king size
Yeah, his house looks so cool with like spiders on it,
Yeah.
like decorated all over it. Wow.
Nice place.
Kudos to you, President-elect.
I wonder if they dressed up Princess Di. They definitely did.
Wait, what was his costume?
He wasn't there. It was
What? Yes.
it was just Teresa giving me
Oh.
candy.
Want a video?
So he wasn't there when
Right,
I
'cause
went.
he's the president. Sorry,
Yeah.
he'd probably be working during those hours.
But I thought
Oh.
because Journey, our social media editor, did the reel for it, and in the reel he was in it.
he was there.
Yeah.
Was
So
he?
maybe
Maybe
just
he-
when you.
Well,
he stopped
maybe
by.
I just
Yeah.
missed
It was
that
during the
one.
day though.
He was just wearing a
Okay.
hockey jersey.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
What about
okay.
Teresa? Was she just was?
She was just like in like a Halloween like orange and black.
Oh, period.
yeah.
Nice, simple,
Yeah.
simple.
I expected.
There you go.
We dressed up as the puppets.
Yeah, true.
It was in body
I
paint.
was in
Please.
full green body paint.
Imagine
so
he showed up as like Nosferatu
I
or
totally-
Dr. Bunsen. They're just in like black.
I
and
think she would
orange.
have like refused me candy at that point.
She could have paid you to
I think they
leave
would
the
have like
house.
canceled the whole event at that point.
I would have killed to see you walk around campus in those costumes all day.
If it didn't take 4 hours to do, I feel
Yeah.
Can I just say one final thing? I do think that this whole like Halloween this past year was really, really great. Like I feel
Mhm.
like you saw a lot more people dressing up on
Yes.
campus, and at least for the past 4 years that I've been here, I feel like you don't really see people dressing up.
Mhm.
And I don't know, but I feel like this year there was like I would like go into class. There was like people.
Yeah.
I would see just like Patrick from like SpongeBob like crossing the
You
street.
felt the energy this year for sure.
Mhm.
Yes. You can read more about this event on Tegan Rotella's story in the October 29th edition on the ridernews.com. And that's all I have for features and entertainment this week. Take it away, Ben.
Time flies when you're having fun. Am I right?
So right, Ben.
All right.
We're having so much fun.
All right, so men's basketball kicked off their season with 2 losses. You know, obviously, when you're taking on these, big power teams, chances are you're not going to come home with the victories, right? So they lost to Virginia. Virginia was receiving votes to be in the top 25. And then they lost to Rutgers last night, November 5th, 81-51. Both of these games, the Bronx were really in it in the first half, and then kind of the second half, they got some tired legs under them, and they just couldn't play the full 40 minutes. Flash Burton against Virginia, the sophomore guard, very good. 17 points, most of them coming in the first half. Like I mentioned before, both games, definitely very good first halves. Pretty much within 10 at halftime, so they stuck with them. And just coming out of the break, just couldn't play the same type of Rider basketball. Caleb Wilson, one of the new guys, one of the new transfers. I mean, I was talking about it on the broadcast yesterday. He must have magnets in his hands for the basketball, dude. Because, I think he's 6'3", and he has 18 rebounds over the last 2 games. That's unheard of for a guard. So, Caleb also had a double-double last night against Rutgers. I think he had 11 points or 12 points and 10 rebounds. So, really impressive for the new guy. And then we come home for our first home opener on November 15th against Eastern. That's a D2 team, so Rider is searching for their first victory of the season. Women's basketball plays tonight at 6, November 6th. There's a new phenomenon going around this campus about this half-court shot challenge that is happening in this women's basketball game tonight. And I feel like we have a participant in the building with us. Is that correct?
Yeah,
I think in the
Right
room.
here.
I believe we do.
Yeah.
So Yamwell has a chance to win 10,000 big ones. So make sure, obviously, by the time you're hearing this podcast, it's going to be too late. And Yamwell is going to be $10,000 richer.
Or
That's
poor.
right.
Oh, wait, no, that's
I don't have $10,000 to give.
Wait, imagine you don't make the shot and then we'll pop up $10,000.
Well, you have to get another loan for $10,000.
It's all the way for
You actually
Rider
just
to make
get
money.
kicked out of school.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
If you don't make it, you're done.
So
But yeah.
be careful.
I will say, if I win, I will be treating all of you guys to ice cream.
Yeah!
That's it.
I'm
Not even
Well,
Chili's or something.
Yeah, how about dinner and ice cream?
And
The news to the pizza.
$10,000,
Yeah.
and all we
Mostly.
get is ice cream.
Cater like Chick-fil-A
yeah.
for our holiday party.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Chick-fil-A. I'm more like a McDonald's, Wendy's
Okay,
type of
I'm rocking with
person.
that.
See, I try to be nice. I try
Okay,
to be
I'm sorry.
nice.
It's just they have the
Miss
new.
Picky over here.
Feel like, I'm gonna hold back.
Yeah, we're gonna hold back.
I'm gonna
Alright.
hold back. I'm not gonna
Chili
start.
says triple dippers. That's all.
All right.
Yeah.
Back in the sports, right? Women's and men's soccer's have concluded their season. Definitely both tough seasons for sure. Men's finishes with a 2-11-4 record. Women's 3-8-7. Men's soccer won last night, November 5th, 2-0 on the road against Mount St. Mary's. So ended on a high note. I got a nice email this morning from head coach Chad Dernberger from the men's soccer team. It was like he shouted out me and Joshua Uhas, our other beat writer. And he was pretty much saying like, yo, I appreciate the coverage. I know this wasn't a really good season. I was like, oh, thanks, man. It's been a pleasure to cover the program, right? And I told him we're going to bounce back. Because you got to think, like, in his first 3 years here, he's been to 2 MAC championships and won one of them.
Yeah.
And now, obviously a little junior slump, but I have faith that Chad Dernberger and the rest of the men's soccer team is going to bounce back next year.
That's so
You
nice.
have my promise.
I'm glad you
Look
got
at you
recognition.
giving advice to the head coach.
I know, right? He's a nice guy, dude. I love Chad. All right. But yeah, hopefully men's can get back to their championship pedigree. And we've talked to head coach Grayson Hunsum of the women's soccer team a lot of the season. It's just kind of been like just bad luck. A lot of it's been like, they're 2 or 3 feet away from getting it in, or somebody trips. It's just a lot of bad luck. Like, I think the first or second week of publications, I think he said that 3 shots went off the crossbar, and that's like nothing that ever happens in soccer. Like, you might get 1 or 2 times a season, but it happened like 3 times in a game. So definitely, I think the tale of the women's soccer team is just bad luck. So hopefully both of them can bounce back next season. Field hockey lost in the NAC semis today to Fairfield 2-0. They had 0 shots on goal. So definitely a tough pill to swallow there for field hockey. 5 saves from Jade Regnart. He's had a very good season protecting the goal for field hockey. And not too bad of a season for new head coach Gina Carey-Smith. Season started off a little shaky, but able to get her team to the tournament. So hats off to Gina Carey-Smith. And we got a feature this week. I dabbled in a feature. Head coach John Hangey and his son JP Hangey of the Rider wrestling team. I got to have a nice sit-down combo with them in the wrestling room, their brand new practice facility that I wrote a story on last semester. So it's pretty cool to actually see it in person. So yeah, it's pretty much, I got to learn more about their family and when JP started wrestling, how coach felt about his son, following in his footsteps, wrestling at the same school he did. Head coach John Hangey is a legend, dude. He was an All-American here at Rider. He's in the Rider Athletics Hall of Fame. He has over, I think the exact number was 184 wins in his college career, which is bonkers. But yeah, it kind of was interesting. They kind of butted heads when JP first started here last year. And then as soon as like JP got in the groove of, balancing being a student athlete, balancing having his dad as his coach, then they kind of found a groove. And now, it's pretty much seamless. A seamless transition for JP. JP went to these visits to Long Island University, Drexel, and Pitt, and his dad came with him. His dad was with him, and I think during the interview, like head coach John Hangey was like, I wanted to be a dad. Like he wanted to serve as a dad more than a coach. Like he wanted to like put his Rider bias to the side and try to find the best home for his son instead of saying like, hey, just come to Rider. But kind of head coach Hangey pretty much said that Rider was always a fallback option for JP. JP was a pretty talented wrestler, so he can get into a program like Rider. So definitely recommend that feature. It was a fun one to write. It was good to interview them at the same time, because I think I got like answers that I don't think I would have gotten if it was like over the phone or it was on Zoom. But the fact that like I could see the father and son bouncing off each other was really good when it came to interviewing and writing a good story. So
I will say it was a really, really good story, and I loved like the quotes that you used. Like I thought it really highlighted the connection, and like you said, you could see that his priority wasn't as a coach, it was more as a father. And I love the quote that you used, that like his priority was making sure that JP grows up to be a good man and a good father.
I had to close out with that.
Yeah.
As soon as he said that, I was like, that's
You just
my closing
know.
right there.
Yeah.
Interview.
When something is a
But
good,
yeah, that was a cool one to write.
It was
So
a really strong
definitely,
feature for you.
yeah, thank you. Definitely go check it out. So that's all we got for you.
Wow. Yeah,
Wow.
very jam-packed, fun 2 weeks. It's also, I believe, our second to last episode
Yeah,
of the semester. We have one more left for you guys. I know, don't cry. We'll be back next semester. Okay, your friends are crying.
Get the cameras.
But you can check out all of this week's content and last week's content on our website, and be sure to stay updated by following the Rider News on all social media platforms. We post on TikTok, Instagram, X, Blue Sky, Facebook. Missing anything?
No?
Yeah.
No.
We're on all of them.
Yep.
So follow
Everywhere
us.
you go, we're there.
Can't escape us.
Can't escape us. That sounds creepy.
We're watching you. No, we're not.
And well, actually, yeah, we're on Spotify because of this. So
Mhm.
we're just
Yeah,
on all
Spotify, YouTube.
platforms. YouTube.
Yes, YouTube. Good one.
And
good
a
one.
lot of other streaming platforms at the 107 the Bronx offers. So.
Yeah, and
New
yeah,
issue.
new issue every
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Meetings every
Mhm.
Wednesday at 4:30 p.m. at the basement of Longstreet House. We have 2 more issues
Yes.
left.
Mhm.
Well,
One more episode.
yes, we have 2 more issues left. 1 more episode.
Aw.
So yeah,
Thank you for joining us, and we will see you here next time.
Peace.
bye.
Bye.
That's all the important information we have for the day. Thank you for listening to the Rider News Roundup, the podcast. To stay up to date on new episodes, listen to past episodes, and know everything happening at 2083 Lawrenceville Road, go to 1077thebronx.com/Rider News Roundup.